Good evening and welcome to the class of 2015 Baccalaureate. We are so glad to be here. My name is Seth and I have the honor of being the senior class president. I am so excited to introduce everyone to some of the people that have inspired this class to achieve all that we have wanted to. One of which is Mr. Daryl Hansen, who taught everyone how to be a wolf and what it means that it's great to be king. So without further ado, if I can introduce Mr. Daryl Hansen, he will give his final message to King High Seniors.
Wow. Final message. Good evening, class of 2015. So, many years ago I sat in a similar place where you're sitting today. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't remember one thing of that night. And in years to come, you probably will not remember one thing from this speech either, but I'm going to do my best. So, ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, and students of Martin Luther King High School, welcome to the 2015 Baccalaureate program. So it's my privilege tonight to spend a few moments and speak with you. Tonight signifies an end to one chapter of your life and the beginning to the next. You may not be aware of this, but the Baccalaureate program that started many years ago in Europe was a service of worship and celebration of and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and wisdom. See, that's what a program would have looked like tonight many years ago. However, one thing I'm sure you've learned in your time here at this remarkable school is that nothing follows an original script, and that we deal with constant change. See, most of you have been with us for the past 4 years. You've been through your ups and downs, you've connected with friends and teachers, you've fallen in and out of relationships, you've gone from awkward freshmen to somewhat polished seniors. And through all of this, you've taken everything in stride. We recognize school is hard, and you've heard this probably many times, the world is hard. Times will be challenging for you in the future. Yet in the 4 years you've been here, you've pushed through, you found a way to get through that journey, and you're now sitting here ready to start a new one. I was thinking about this message over the last couple of weeks, what I wanted to say to you. And I started thinking about all the rules that you had to follow. I was actually walking through campus the other day, and I started thinking about all the things that we say, the things not to do. I don't know how many times in the last 4 years I've yelled at you, don't be late. Or what about, why don't you throw your trash away? And for many of you, pull your pants up. So that list goes on, and it started to get me thinking about a book that I read many years ago. A book written by Robert Fulghum entitled Everything I Really Needed to Know in Life I Learned in Kindergarten. Now, not to say that the past 12 years of your education has been a waste of time. There's been some valuable moments in that, and some things that you definitely needed. But when I went back and looked at this book, I had this book in my office that had been given to me many years ago as a gift. And I started reading it, and I thought, well, there's a lot of points of truth statements in that. That in kindergarten you did learn a lot of things that are going to guide you for the rest of your life. Things like share everything, play fair, don't hit me, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Taking a nap in the afternoon is a bad thing. Some of the other points were, when you go out in the world, watch for traffic. Hold hands. Stay together. Life is all about being balanced. Learn some, think some, draw and paint, sing and dance, and cry and laugh every day. That's a good thing. Be aware of wonder. Wonder is a great thing. You learn in kindergarten, you put that little cup in the styrofoam season, out of the styrofoam cup, and you learn how to watch something grow. And you learn that the plant goes up and the roots go down. But nobody knows why. That's wonder. Wonder is a good thing. Most importantly, never forget one of the first words you learned in life. Look. One of the first things that came that you learned how to read. Look. Don't let life pass you by. Look. Everything you need to know is right there. Take any of those items and place them in the now adult world that you face. And apply that to your family life, to your work, to the government, or any part of life. And you'll find that those rules still work. Think about this. What would life be like if the entire world at 2 o'clock had milk and cookies and took a nap? What a great world that would be. What if our world's government, our countries, followed the basic rules? What do you think back the way they found it? Or cleaned up their own mess? What a world we would have. Finally, and maybe most importantly, you're going to go out in life and you're going to face new challenges. And I go back again. You are not alone. No matter what, stay together and hold hands and watch for traffic. And if you follow those rules, you're going to live a great life. Class of 2015, please know that I am extremely proud of you. As your principal, it's been my honor to stand with you for 4 years and watch you grow. That the friends, the family, the parents that are here, they're proud of you too. You've done an amazing job. The world's ready for you. It's ready for you to leave us and to go out and make it smart. Go out and make a difference. You are soon to be a King graduate. You're soon to be a member of an alumni program of our high school. Go out and make a difference. Congratulations, class of 2015. And no matter where you go, always remember that it's great to be here.
Who will be attending UC San Diego in the fall.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and of course, the class of 2015. For you all today. It seems only like yesterday when we first stepped foot on campus. The beginning days of King were circling around buildings and making our way through the crowds over and over again until we finally found our classes. The moments as freshmen when we tried to play pool when all we could see in the rally was people's back. And who could forget the amazing and hilarious costumes during spirit weeks? The final framing during the day MLK before a test, the books we all spark noted on, the chemistry class we all struggled through, and the football games we all cheered for. We'll always look back on these days because the fire drills we've all appreciated, especially on test day, the endless projects we've all procrastinated on, the teachers we all loved or just loved to hate, and the senior itis we've all shared in the audience right now who are singers, dancers, photographers, actors, and professional athletes. There are others who aspire to become teachers, entrepreneurs, designers, artists, doctors, the list goes on. No matter what career you're pursuing in the future, I urge you to do what you love, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. I want to take a moment to thank all my teachers for all the time and dedication they have devoted to me and all the fellow graduates. Thank you, my friends. I could not survive my hardest years without you guys. And finally, thank you, my family, and particularly my mom and my dad. Thank you for unconditional love and support. King High School Class of 2015. We did it. Congratulations.
And now I would like to welcome to the stage Carlos Loera. Carlos will be singing Broken.
I have lost in dreams of a far-off place where a hero's welcome would be waiting for me, where the crowds would cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'll be there someday. I can go the distance, I will find my way. If I can be strong,
Good evening, teachers, administrators, parents, and the class of 2015. It's pretty crazy to think that it's been 4 whole years since we were last sitting in this exact room, getting paired up with an awkward group of fellow freshmen and a super enthusiastic link leader waiting to wander through the halls of what then seemed like an enormous school with thousands of people. Well, I guess it is actually just that, an enormous school with thousands of people. But as the years have gone on, these walls seem to have shrunk and have become significantly less intimidating. And I think that the reason why is that those people we see amongst the chaos of the fishbowl aren't strangers anymore. The people we meet and the relationships we form are what bring those walls closer together and are what make this daunting journey of high school seem a little less scary. While the school itself seems to have metaphorically shrunk, I think that each of us have mentally grown. And I'm not talking about mentally growing in the sense of memorizing all the parts of the immune system or being able to craft in 140 characters or less a witty golden tweet. No, I'm talking about mentally growing in the sense of not being shaken up as easily, becoming more firm in your stance and in your beliefs. Not feeling the pressure to have to conform to what everyone else thinks as cool. We have many years to grow ahead of us, but I think that most of us can now finally see ourselves through our own eyes rather than through the eyes of those around us. High school, through all of its ups and downs, sculpted us into the individuals we have become by challenging us in unimaginable ways. Whether that challenge be stepping up and becoming a leader or having the courage to help a friend in need. Our responses to these experiences have taught us to become effective and extraordinary members of society. Dr. Martin Luther King himself said, "We must accept finite disappointment but never lose infinite hope." Realize that there are numerous obstacles ahead, challenges that will force you to draw back on the strength we developed in this grade school, amongst the support of your friends, teachers, coaches, and parents. Remember the words of Dr. King when times get tough. Know that there will be disappointment, but the antidote to that disappointment is hope and the courage to fight on. Wherever you go, keep in mind what it means to be a wolf. Sacrifice, bravery, loyalty, and greatness. Live up to your potential, defy your fears, and achieve greatness in your own right. We all have within us the power to be amazing, so class of 2015, go out there, be extraordinary, and always remember, it's great to be green.
Thank you for that, Sakita. And now our next vocal performance, we have Ashley Church and Emily Stoddard.
any mics in the room, can you please raise your hand? No, seriously. Okay. This is actually my first time wearing a dress. Pretty comfortable. For my obligatory thank yous, I'd first like to thank my family for supporting me through high school. And also I'd like to thank my grandma for flying down here from Montana. I'd also like to thank Carlos Ramirez, Dalton Garcia, Seth, Comrade Ryan Cummins from the Great White North, Mason, Nikolai Christian, and many others who have supported me in the past. In the beginning, there was Polly. Then, in 1999, Martin Luther King High School was built. And this transformed Polly into the sad, lonely place it is today. Now, King was superior to the Polly in every way. It's beautiful square buildings. It's colorful beige walls. Well, maybe not the building, but what it lacked in color, it made up for in spirit. Soon, King began to take its ultimate form. They had dominant sports programs, a strong student body, and then the school installed Wi-Fi around the entire school, which this allowed students to, from anywhere in the school, access academic subjects. It was great to be King. But I digress. Here we stand at the end of 4 years. 4 years of hard work. 4 years of never going on your phone in class. 4 years of getting 8 hours of sleep a night every single night. Right? Nah, bruh. High school was 4 years of learning about life. 4 years of worrying how many likes your picture got on Instagram. 4 years of bathrooms that smelled and looked like bad. It was 4 years of greatness and 4 years of some not so greatness. Most of you probably look back at high school with fondness. Others don't really care. Some of you have regret. But I challenge you to not fill yourself with regret. Fill yourself with happiness and faith in the future. As long as you push yourself, you can do anything. I bet you've never heard that. Except fly, you can't fly. I will fill myself with pizza because pizza is great. Do you want to know the most important thing I learned in high school? Being able to deal with people. Well, I'm not one to talk because I've been actively avoiding them for 17 years, but they are everywhere, and it's just a fact of life. You will come across people in life and on television who will tell you one side of the story or the other to get you to agree with their agenda, like the communists running Sesame Street. But I challenge you to think for yourself. Take all the facts from both sides and decide for yourself what to do. To quote the great Stephen T. Colbert, I can't prove it, but I can say it. Another quote, I'm sorry, Miss Lupshire. She said something to me my sophomore year that I'll never forget. Your mind is the most important thing you own. Take care of it. Okay, before I go, I'm going to tell the story. Before I joined the CIA, I spent a bit of time in Yellowstone National Park. I loved it. It was huge, beautiful, fantastic place to be. But then I found out it was a giant time bomb, literally. It could explode at any second. Scientists think it was my mixtape buried under 2,000 feet of rock. But what can we learn from this? First off, don't go to Yellowstone. No, let's go. I go. Second, things can sometimes go bad, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You just have to tough it out and be strong. Last, keep your eyes and your mind open. That's simple. Don't be caught in something you can't get out of. Like Mr. Ermert said, don't get a tattoo before 35, because after it's very difficult to get rid of it. Okay, I leave you with this class of 2015. Keep your mind loose, your faith high, and your body healthy. Good night, and don't forget to be awesome. 1-5.
Trying to ditch his own floor.
I know I kept you waiting. I know I made you mad. But this time that you spent with me was the best time I ever had. Now I want to sing with you, but they won't come until we're gone. So give me a kiss and cover it
very pleased to introduce Mr. Pyle to the stage to give his message. Mr. Pyle was selected by the seniors to speak tonight, and you'll find out exactly why he was chosen soon.
All right, I've never spoken to many people, so hello, family and friends of class of 2015. It is my honor to be able to speak before you tonight on this wonderful occasion, and I appreciate that you did choose me. Not only that, but let me tell you, guys, my favorite. I want to give a shout out because they were bugging me this year. Oh, give me a shout out, give me a shout out. So my 6th period, my 5th period, and my 3rd period. Okay, they've done it for the last time. Ask them about that later. I want to give a shout out to all the ladies who played college football for me. You didn't win, but you did a great effort. I want to give a shout out to the lady RTC seniors who played because we beat Poly this year. We decided ahead. Last time we did a shout out to all the students who said hi to me and I had no clue who you were. I mean, you said, hi, Mr. Bob, and I said, hey. You guys are wonderful, and I'm definitely going to miss you guys. No, I love it. All right. I'm so excited for you because you're crossing into a very important threshold called the passage to adulthood. You see, I graduated from high school 30 years ago in Sacramento, California, the class of 1985. And I remember the last day of instruction. It was that the 6th period, the English was over. When we went over, we had this thing called Senior Square. And so we got on Senior Square, and we were playing all our stuff. And then it hit me. We're done with high school. Man, we're done with high school. And then I almost cried. But I held it in. That's right, class. I almost lost it. But I realized, from the hearing, I got accepted, and I was going to UC Santa Barbara, and I was like, here I come, Santa Barbara. I got you guys today. Well, some of you go to college, some of you go straight into the workforce. Trust me when I say that this is an exciting and at the same time scary time, because you're going into new territory, and that will bring a little bit of anxiety. But you're crossing over into adulthood, which means that you are now taking on more responsibility than you've ever had before. So really take this seriously. But I would like to caution you about making quick and hasty decisions. Even though you're in the adult world, it doesn't mean you have all the answers. I know you think you have all the answers, but you're not even close. Please pass it 2015. If there's anything you remember about what I'm saying, is that you think before you do. My mom used to say that you used to drive me crazy. Every time, think. And they said, why do you keep saying that to me? Well, as I got older, I realized he was right. And I really understood this in my freshman year at Santa Barbara. I don't know if you know anything about UC Santa Barbara. It is a high school. Okay, that's just what it is. And I remember my freshman year, and I think it was a Friday, whatever. And I just remember everybody just cut loose. And I said, oh man, you know, because I wasn't used to that. Trust me, you don't want to go. Trust me. On a lighter note, it's great to see your young eager faces beaming with pride and excitement. Just look at you. Some of you are looking at me and thinking, is he going to rap? Others looking at me thinking, is he really a launch press crib outside? And others are even thinking, wait a minute, I think he's that new adventure, Black Lightning. Oh, I'm being funny, but I can see in your eyes that you are ready. And you are ready for new things, and you'll make it. You're gonna make it. Remember, thank you. About now, you're probably reflecting on all your accomplishments and maybe in some of your failures. You're probably thinking about all those classes in which you could have done better. You know, you could have been more active in the sport or in the club. You're probably thinking that you probably could have reached out more to some of your peers or even some of your teachers. No worries. You have your whole life ahead of you, and you can make an impact if you just think about what you can do to make a positive influence in your community. Finishing high school is just beginning. Class of 2013, think about what you want to do, make a plan, and go for it. Of course, first think, plan, and pursue. You may not end up doing what you first planned on doing, but going forward is always the right step. Look at my situation just for a second. Since I was in the 8th grade, I wanted to be an officer in the Air Force. That's all I dreamed of. I was going to be an officer. I was going to be the top officer in the nation. That's all I dreamed of. 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. And in 12th grade, I applied. You had to go through these medical checks, and you have to go through all these different things. Well, it was really exciting because I realized if I could make over to my dad was in the Air Force. So I lived in all these different places. As a matter of fact, I lived in Spain for 5 years. So I was like, oh wow, you know, I get to do that. I get to have a family, I get to have a wife, you know, at least 6 kids. And I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, I was crazy, yes. But then I did get into the academy, and I'm kind of glad I did because I wasn't ready for somebody to tell me what to do. You know, so I said, okay, I'm going to go to Santa Barbara. Well, my senior year at Santa Barbara, the strangest thing happened. This gentleman walked up to me, he shook my hand, he asked me how I'm doing, and then he asked me, hey, you ever thought about being a teacher? Right then and there, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. Just that way. Funny things do happen. You got to understand, opportunities don't just come directly at you. Sometimes it's one side or the other. But when they come, hey, take hold of it. It's funny because if you had told me my senior year that I was going to be a teacher, I would have laughed at you. Okay? Because I went to high school, well, it was interesting. It was interesting. And to be a teacher would have been not on my list, but let me leave you with 3 things. Okay? First, don't waste time. Okay? Do not waste time. And all these are under the waist. Second thing, don't waste your parents' money. Amen. And definitely don't waste opportunities to grow.
I need to hear that one more time. My daughter hears that.
Gotta get a standing O.
But pretty much every person.
He's so good to go provide. That's right.
Yeah.
And so,
Let's do that.
be a friend. Be a true friend. There's so much corruption, violence, and immorality in the world. We need friends. I need friends. You need friends. To help us go through these tough times, these tragic times, which we will all experience. So I tell you, be a friend. Lastly, before you leave this place, give your parents a hug and say that you love them. They are the reason that you're here. You didn't just go all full-blown and just were able to do your thing. It was your parents. They raised you, they gave you nourishment. They imparted wisdom to them. Like my parents, they imparted what was called a belt to me. And then, put it on. Sometimes we just put it on the couch. She said, Dad, I take out the trash. And I said, no, I take out the trash. You know? My mom was very wise. You know? So what I really want you to do right now, I want you to stand up and applaud for your parents right now. Okay, so the class of 2015, it's almost over, but you know, you got a couple more days to do whatever you're going to do, but you know, enjoy it, really enjoy it, take it all in. I mean, I remember high school, you know, like I said, 1985, I remember all the different things I went through, and you know, it's a really great experience, and you'll carry those memories with you. So on that note, thank you, and God bless you.
No parents is giving them a standing ovation.